AuroraPeachy, here with another ranty type video about a couple things that I wanted to just talk about. Biscuit's gonna join me as well because he wouldn't stop barking. So the first thing I wanted to mention was the Rock the Nightmare music video contest that I submitted an entry for. Had a lot of fun making that entry. Procrastinated a little bit and didn't even really start it until about 3 days before it was due. Busted my butt those 3 days, stayed up real late, got it done, completed, uploaded to YouTube. It was like maybe 6 p.m. on the 26th. So I was like, okay, I need to get this done before midnight. Actually, I think it was later than that. I think I got it. I rendered it a couple times, fixed it up, rendered it again. And I think I probably uploaded it like 9 o'clock and I was like, okay, I am right at the deadline, but I got it done. I went to the page to submit it. The submission form wasn't there. It said, we are no longer taking submissions. Well, after my heart dropped, I went and looked at the little fine print. The contest ended at noon on the 26th, not midnight. They gave you till noon. When I saw 12 o'clock, I just assumed it was midnight. I would assume it's due on the 26th. You would get all day the 26th to submit it. But no, it ended at noon. I don't know why they did that. It made me so very sad. I went on the forums and there were a couple other people that this affected. They said that they did the same thing. They got it done, sometime in the afternoon or evening, went to submit it and saw that the form wasn't there. So, I hate to say it, but I'm glad to see that I wasn't the only one who this happened to. Hopefully that means that they won't do that again. Whatever. I'm over it. So all the comments and feedback that I got on that video meant a lot to me because I knew that I couldn't submit it. I couldn't, I wasn't eligible to win anything. But I'm glad I did it anyway. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad that I got it done before I realized that I was past the deadline, because I think I would have been too devastated to even finish it, but whatever. So I really appreciate all the comments I got on that, because I worked really hard those 3 days to get it done. I learned new skills, in the process about sound editing, because that's probably the thing I'm weakest at is sound. I'm not practiced at that. So it was all a learning experience, and I think it came out really good, and I'm proud of it, so that makes me happy. I'm really happy for the guy who did win, because when I went to look for other entries just to see what was out there already, his was one of the first ones that I came across, and it was really impressive. And I think I put on Twitter something about, I give up, this guy's gonna win. It's too awesome. It's because he both made a video and made his own remix that he played on his guitar. And I have no talent in that whatsoever. I'm not musical at all. So that really impressed me, and it was really cool, and I was so happy to see that he won the guitar. And I think he uploaded a video as well that I haven't seen yet, of him actually playing it and showing it off or whatever. So that's really cool, and I'm really glad that he won. So yeah, the second thing I guess I wanted to talk about was today the newest trailer for the next Living Story that's coming out on the 23rd came out. I think it's called Origins of Madness. And it was like one of the first things I saw. I woke up this morning and I went to my computer, and it was one of the first things I saw, and it gave me quite a rush in the morning, because the music was really intense, and the stomping of that giant mech, Clockwork Knight mech, was really cool, and the narration behind it was creepy. and got you excited and worked up for like, oh my gosh, something big is happening. And this is just the first of 4. There's 4 more chapters that are going to end, hopefully, end the Scarlet story. At least end this this first episode, I think they called it. So I'm really excited to see, and they said all 4 of these are going to be really big, and hopefully it's something a little more than just boss fights, because they had a giant clockwork mech, and which was on like almost like a marionette on chains, which I think added something to it. It wasn't just this giant clockwork mech. It was like it's so massive it has to be held up by chains and other magics, and it was that, I don't know, that was really cool. So I'm really excited to see. Hopefully it's a little more than just that, and there's a giant 3-headed worm in Bloodtide Coast, I believe it is. So I don't know how the mechanics of that are going to work or what kind of story is going to go along with it, but hopefully there's something other than, oh, here's just some boss fights, go fight them. I'm sure it is, because it's got to start building up to something. And who that voice is, if that voice was just a narration or if that was kind of a sign of something else to come, another character, another boss, who knows? But I'm excited, and it got me really excited this morning. So that is cool. Something I have really gotten into lately is Hearthstone. I have Bog Otter to thank for that, because I watch his Guild Wars 2 videos and really enjoy them. And so just to see more of his reviews, I watch his Hearthstone videos, and I've always loved those kind of trading card games. In college, I played a ton of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I really got into the anime, so thus I started playing the card game. A bunch of my friends were playing the card game. And I played that a lot, and I was really, really into it and loved it. So seeing Hearthstone and getting to try it because it's still in beta, that was the key. I think that if I had to pay for it, you know, I don't know if I would have given it a try because I didn't know if I would like it. But having gotten into the beta and getting to play it, you know, without paying anything up front, when it actually does come out, I think it's something that I'm going to buy, because I've just been absolutely, I've been obsessing over it lately. So really, really enjoying that. I highly recommend it to anyone who likes that kind of, like a trading card type game. I guess Magic the Gathering. I've never really played Magic, but they're all basically the same. So it's that kind of game, and I really like that you're able to earn cards by playing. You have the option, of course, to buy expansion packs and such, but you don't have to. You can craft cards. You get cards by leveling up the heroes, and you get cards just by playing and winning. You get money to buy expansion packs, and then even cards that you don't want, you can break those down and use the dust from them to buy new cards that you do want. So the system, I'm really liking the system. So yeah, I highly recommend it for anybody who likes those type of games. The last thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that I got a new computer for Christmas. Yay! I don't know how many times I've mentioned that my computer is very, very, very old. Was very, very, very old. I could do everything that I wanted and needed to do on it. I could play Guild Wars 2. I could edit HD videos. But it was very slow. It struggled with HD video. Guild Wars 2, I can't believe that I played Guild Wars 2 ever since launch. So for over a year, I played Guild Wars 2 almost on the minimum settings. I'd be lucky to hit 30 frames a second on the minimum settings while I'm playing like a video or something on the side, which was pretty much all the time that I was, you know, farming or whatever. And that's just how I played. It was very difficult to do some things, like jumping puzzles were very difficult with a low frame rate. And, you know, some battles, it's like I would load into the Shatterer battle whenever I would load into that when, you know, right before it starts, when there's hundreds of people in there. sometimes I would load in there and the camera wouldn't even move. I wouldn't see my character. I wouldn't see any other character. I would see the landscape and the Shatterer. And if it was really bad, the camera wouldn't even move. I would have to use I know, it's ridiculous. This is how bad it was. I had to look at the mini-map, and I had to look at my character's cursor on the mini-map and guide them over to where I knew the dragon was, you know, hit tab until I found the Shatterer, and then just start hitting my skills until my computer catched up and loaded everything enough that my camera would snap back over to my character and I could actually see what was going on. And even then, and even after the battle finished, I still didn't see everybody around me. And, oh, it was bad. But now I have a sweet kick-ass machine. My husband actually bought it for me for Christmas because we both desperately needed new computers. Both of our computers were like 5 years old. But now I have the new one, and it's you know, completely up to date. I got the GTX 770, 16 gigs of RAM, whatever other, I'm blanking right now on the specs, but it is completely badass. I'm so happy. I play everything on Guild Wars 2 on max, you know, get 80 frames a second in most places, and it's just like, it's heavenly because, and I really appreciate it because I had to play it on the lowest settings for a while. You know, if I turned it up, I would maybe get 5 frames a second. It was terrible. So now getting to play it as it was meant to be played, as it was meant to be seen, is incredible. And I'm so happy, and now I can actually record footage from it, and, you know, it's not going to be choppy. My joy is overwhelming that I get to play my favorite game as it was meant to be played. Come here. Come here, Plop. Plop. Good boy. The only downside is that I did not heed the warnings, and I got Windows 8 with the system, and it has just been a nightmare. Compatibility issues, just certain modes like sleep mode and stuff not even working at all. I don't. It randomly resets. I'm attributing all of this to Windows 8, and it's been a nightmare. I use way too many old programs and play way too many old games that it's incompatible with. Some of them work weird, some of them will like reset the computer randomly, and some of them will just not work. They're just not compatible, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I'm going back to 7 because I can't stand this Windows 8 BS any longer. I have the company actually said that they'll exchange Windows 8, so I, you know, sent it back, and they're going to send me 7. So I went about a month with 8, and I said no more. I can't. I will go through, you know, reinstalling everything again and reinstalling the system and setting up all my settings again, downloading all my games again. It'll be worth it because it'll save me, you know, 5 years of frustration with 8. I can't stand it. So that's getting rectified. Otherwise, my new computer kicks ass, and I'm so happy. And I get to play Guild Wars, I get to edit videos fast, and so excited. I'm ranting, I'm sorry. That's about all I wanted to talk about. Thank you for listening to my rants and my updates. I do have the one thing that I'm going to try and get done is I actually recorded most of the creation process for the Rock the Nightmare music video contest. I set up a camera to record me making the costume and recording the sound and editing. So I'm going to try and put together a little behind the scenes making of video for that, just for fun. So look forward to that. Hopefully I'll get it done, you know, before 2015. That's all. I will say goodbye now, and thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Welcome